Okay, I'm calling the meeting back to order. Part of the quarterly executive director evaluation, there was a suggestion, to recommend to the council that Ebony receive a 3% raise. Is there a motion to recommend the proposed, raise to the council?
Motion. I'm motion to recommend to the council.
Is there a second?
Brooke has her hand raised.
The chair recognizes Brooke Stewart.
I second.
Oh, she said. Okay, good.
Our speaker is all the way up.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, okay. It is moved and seconded by Brooke Stewart to, provide a raise of 3% for Ebony Haven. Is there any discussion from committee members? Is there any public comment? Okay, are you ready for the question? The question is on to recommend to the council a 3% raise for Ebony Haven. When Ebony calls your name, please respond with yes if you are in favor of the motion, or no if you are opposed to the motion, or abstain if you're not voting.
Ms. Johanna?
Yes.
Ms. Johanna, yes. Ms. Angela Harmon? Ms. Harmon, yes. Ms. Brooke Stewart?
Yes.
Ms. Stewart, yes. Mr. Eric Taylor?
Yes.
Mr. Taylor, yes. You have 4 yeses, 0.
Okay, the yes votes have it, and the motion is adopted. So we're gonna briefly go back to the other business that we did not provide more information on, and that's the item of business of the new council meeting schedule. I mean, the consideration of the council member retreat, sorry. So we do the same thing. Okay, so
Recommend the July date, take no recommendation to the council.
okay, so we're back to either we're gonna decide on the July date for the council retreat, or we're just going to present it to the council and let the full council decide. So which are we going to do?
I recommend the full council to decide.
Okay, the full council. Any objections? Is there any public comment?
No.
All right, thanks everybody for your comments, questions, and concerns, and thank you for attending this meeting. At this time, we will have our announcements. The chair recognizes Ebony Haven.
Hi, everyone. The only announcements I have are the meetings that we have for the rest of the day. From 12:45 to 2:30, we have our self-determination and community inclusion meeting. From 2:45 to 4, we have Act 378 subcommittee, and then from 4:15 to 6, we have our education and employment committee.
Is there any further business?
The public comments are now or later?
Now.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Please state your name.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, so my name's Damon Vincent. I am the proud owner of Train Unique in Lafayette, Louisiana. For the past 6 years, we've been providing adaptive fitness geared towards people with developmental disabilities and acquired disabilities later in life. And we've seen huge success socially, inclusion-wise, physically, and throughout the years, more and more and more people with disabilities around the state have asked us when we're going to be in the waiver programs. Because fitness is such a basic need for everyone, but it's even more important for people with disabilities, especially developmental disabilities as y'all age out of physical therapy. Not sure when's the last time you guys have been in physical therapy, but probably been a little while. As we know, therapy is meant to be a temporary option, but people with disabilities need to be moving throughout their life because it directly impacts their quality of life, their independence, and their inclusion and acceptance into the community. And so that is the next step, is granting our athletes with disabilities who are on all the waiver programs access to adaptive fitness. And we have worked out lots and lots of details as far as, I know that with the last services that were added with arts and equine therapy and water therapy, the struggle has been providers, but we are a dedicated provider for disabilities. We do not work with anyone who does not have disabilities. That is what we are focused on. And so if we were to get into waiver, we could promise access through what we're doing. And we're also statewide now as we're opening more locations, because we know as well that you guys have to offer these services to people across the state. And so we are really excited about doing this and offering this to our population. And I just wanted to bring it to all of you guys so that y'all can help us push us forward. According to everybody that we've been talking to, it's not a legislative change, thankfully. It's just a policy change towards the waiver office to enact this. Yeah. Does anybody have any questions or? Yes, ma'am.
So you're increasing your location, so you're just in Lafayette right now?
We're in Lafayette, Lake Charles, and Baton Rouge.
Where are you in Baton Rouge?
Forge Sports Performance off of Airline Highway. Yeah, and then we'll be still spreading statewide so that we can make sure every region has access to this.
Brooke has her hand raised.
The chair recognizes Brooke Stewart.
I think Eric did too.
Sorry,
Okay,
Eric.
I just want, this sounds amazing.
Uh,
I'm so thankful. Can you hear me?
No.
Hold on, let me, can
Very
you
low.
hear me now?
It's very low, Brooke.
We can hear you, but it's just extremely low.
Wait, can you hear me better now?
Yes.
Okay, I'm literally talking into my computer, but like I'm talking to, okay. Thank you for coming today, because I think this is very important for our kids. I want to know exactly what we can do as council members to make sure that he is an approved vendor, I guess, for our waiver. Because I have the waiver and there is not a lot of options, you know, for our children. So this is very exciting that you want and you're willing to be one. So what can we do as council members to make him a vendor or whatever he needs to do?
So I believe just emailing and communicating with the waiver office in Baton Rouge and letting them know that this is something that would be very beneficial to y'all. I know that they have a lot on their plate and they're dealing with a lot, but I do think that fiscally, socially, everything, that this is one of the highest value services that we can provide. It's going to save the state a lot of money and really improve the quality of life for our athletes.
Could DD staff email us his information so we can contact our local offices?
Yes, Brooke, I can get his information after the meeting and yeah, definitely send it to you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brooke.
You have any other questions?
Eric had a story. Sorry, Eric.
You the man I need to see. Do you train people with disabilities?
That is all Train Unique is. We have over 160 athletes with disabilities. Mostly, probably about 85% of them are developmental disabilities.
So what do I have to do to get, I have to wait service, what do I have to do to get money?
Well, we're not in it yet. Right now, we're still self-pay, which, you know, some people can't afford, and that's amazing, and we appreciate that, but we want to serve the people that need it most. So, you know, just continue to push, help us push to get this within waiver.
I need to get under you.
Yeah, we'd love to have you, man. Can't wait. Where are you located at?
I need to get your numbers.
He's in that.
Oh, Baton Rouge? Oh, well, we're just opened up our facility here in Baton Rouge, so.
Good.
Yeah, we'd love to have you.
Wanna go with me?
Yes, sir. I have pleasure.
Come to work out together.
As far as like, well, I'll get with you after. I'll get with you.
Okay, cool.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.
Any other questions, discussions? Yes.
Does anyone have any recommendations on like who we could contact as council members or just as parents? I mean, if we are interested in asking for this service to be part of waiver?
So Bernard, I think you may be the best person to answer this question. Yes, I'm gonna call on you.
coming.
Yes, how do individuals become vendors under like for the waiver services?
This is a lot more, this is a terrible answer, but this is a lot more complex than what you all think. There isn't necessarily a waiver service that this falls under. There's a lot of contemplation about the intent of the waiver and what waiver services are covered under CMS and how this fits. There's also discussions around if this is a goods and service as opposed to actual service. So there's a lot. I'm saying all that to say there's a lot, and it's not as simple as just putting it in a waiver. Right now, using the full litany of resources you have, Act 378, these are the intention, these are the purposes of like SGF dollars. If there are things that may not fit squarely under waiver services, there's other resources. There's Act 378, like you can go get flexible family fund for things just like this. Also, like we told them before, like if you, as adults, if you enroll in MCOs, these are the value-added things that they cover under the MCOs, like gym memberships. This is essentially, for lack of a term, a gym membership, right? So those options that we can pursue, but I'm just trying to get everybody to think globally, and this everything doesn't need to go into the waiver, right? Because everything isn't designed for community-based services waiver. So that just, I don't want to sound negative, just to give that context, right? So the quicker solution, in my opinion, is looking at alternative resources like IFS dollars. Go apply for IFS dollars, that state general fund, ton of flexibility in what you can use it for. Flexible family fund, same thing. That's what it's designed for. If you go through the MCO route, like their value added benefits built into those MCO contracts that cover things like gym memberships and wellness related things. Understand what I'm saying? So, yes.
And maybe I have this, maybe I don't have a full grasp of IFS funds. I just know, at least my experience, I think our Acadiana Area Human Service District does an amazing job. But I do know that my experience when asking for something that wasn't necessarily like emergency related, like it wasn't super emergent, the need, that we were sort of put on hold for that, and it was revisited towards the end of their fiscal year. So I guess my concern as a parent would be if I took the time to do my research, just as I did with his adaptive trike, and I got letters from his therapist and other people, his doctors, saying how this would benefit his quality of life, and I took it there, and then I was told, we'll have to, the likelihood of me being told, we'll have to wait until the end of our fiscal year to see if this is, this is something we have in our budget, because we like to save these funds if we need things that are like, this family might need a fence, and it's life or death for their child, that they might elope and get out and get harmed or worse than that,
Right.
So I guess my question is, tapping into that resource, is that actually a possibility for something like a gym membership or
Yeah, I mean, yes. And I
are we
mean,
gonna get that back? Are we gonna get that feedback as parents reaching out to do that?
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, prioritization is a real thing, right? And how do you prioritize those limited resources? Same thing with waiver. How do we prioritize limited resources for particular, services, right? So to your point, some LGBs may say, like a KDA may say, well, we hold until the end of the year, then we disperse.
Yeah.
Some may jump on it in the beginning. Like it is region by region and how you articulate this, but the point is still the same. Prioritization exists on every level.
Yeah.
So just like we talk to Train Unique, you know, it's a prioritization issue for us as well. Like we have to prioritize a ton of other waiver services and revamping other priorities within waiver to make sure we can keep a waiver before we introduce with more services, right? So again, it is a prioritization thing, and I hear you and I understand the benefit. But like I said, we serve 15,000 and we have another 45,000 that at any time could pop up on the waiver. You know what I'm saying? So just give me y'all full context into what we're considering when we look at services needs, when we look at prioritizations for the year, right? We have to think about the whole system. You know what I'm saying? And what's available and what's available outside the system. So again, that's just where we are. We're not saying no, we're just saying from a prioritization standpoint, this isn't something that's high on our priority list right now.
To clarify with the gym membership, so a gym membership is this, your membership is covered and you can go to the gym. And that is not what we do. We train people because I don't believe that Eric is somebody who would just roll into a gym and be like, all right, I'm about to hit this workout. Number one, because most gyms are not accessible. And number two, because he needs individualized training attention. So the challenge with the MCOs is they cover gym memberships like Silver Sneakers and whatnot. But that is not just what Train Unique is. It is specialized training sessions for the different disabilities.
Just to give a little exercise for everybody, just in terms of considerations from a policy standpoint, right? Could you support everybody that's in the waiver? Could you support people with complex behavioral needs? Where they may get frustrated and lash out? Do you have the appropriate training to have the appropriate DSWs in place? Where they need assistance with EDLs? Are you equipped to do those things? Those are the things that we need to consider, because what's gonna happen is, and y'all all know this, that have families and that works people. Oh, I wanna go to the gym, but oh, I need my worker to come with me. How do we do that? That's a duplication of services. Like, these are the things we need to talk through. So you're pretty much saying, I'm gonna give up a service to use this other service, but that service that you're putting in place has to be able to support all the needs during that time. You feel what I'm saying? So,
And if we can't support the needs.
but here's the other issue. If there's a person that needs insulin, right? You gotta get CMAs that are DSWs that are certified to give the insulin. So that means you have to hire a nurse to be able to train those DSWs. So how you structure that is important. That's
All right, guys, thank you guys for the discussion. We're gonna have to do the time.
Okay.
And I
Thank
thank
you.
you for presenting that information.
Thank you, guys.
Good discussion, but all your questions, let's do it outside of the meeting. We'll get to Ebony and she'll do the research, and you guys, we can collaborate for sure after, but we have to go ahead and end. I do apologize. Any further business? Okay, hearing none, if there's no objection, we will adjourn the meeting. The meeting is now adjourned.